I'm making tea. Just a second. Almost done. Sorry. Okay, I think I'm ready. Just a second. Stop. Should be that one. Good morning, everybody. Oh boy. Sorry, I woke up late. We're back. Smells so good today. Actually gave me a little bit of a heart spasm. I was like, were you in the walls? Can you posting from in the walls somewhere? Can you smell me? I don't know. I'll never tell. What are we drinking this morning? We are drinking my daily drinker green oolong. The cheaper one that I have. I'm not gonna break out the expensive stuff, you know. How did I sleep? Pretty good. Pretty good. I think whenever I exert myself physically, like I'm in the garden and I'm like, man, I think I'm finally getting adjusted to doing like physical work. Because my body doesn't ache when I'm done gardening for the day. You can smell your fear and hunger. Charlie, thank you very much for being a member for 31 months. Verdindy, good morning. Shiopi, good morning. Collapsy, good morning. Ham, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Your life seems so nice, man. The gardening, you mean? It's a lot of work early on, and then you just kind of coast, right? Ugh. I'm ready. I slept pretty well because I was gardening yesterday. Just in general, it's a good life. It's a good life. Nendoka, thank you very much for being a member for 31 months. Thank you, thank you. I don't make it in for streams that often, but I'm up to do art. It's just nice to have on. I appreciate, yeah. Hang out with us while you do some work, do some art. The first thing I wanted to talk about, Kaho, good morning. Shinta, good morning. Crazy Cat, good morning. R1, good morning. The first thing that I wanted to talk about is BG audio. Oh, is it too loud? Is it too loud? No, we're fine. Based on two people's recommendations, it was Sushi, and I'm pretty sure it was Daimao. I watched Witch Hat Atelier. It's a little loud. We can turn it down a little bit. We can turn it down a touch. Something like that. I watched Witch Hat Atelier, and I want to talk about it because, like, I think it's really good, but I got feelings about Crazy Cat. Have you ever heard of Witch Hat Atelier? It's a new anime that's airing. I think it's like episode 4 right now. Yeah, 3 or 4, something like that. I don't know anything about the manga or the Atelier. I don't know how to say it. Haggard, you piece. I was hurt. Why were you hurt? It's an anime, yeah. Episode 5 just came out? Did they get out of the... No spoilers, but did they get out of that weird dungeon? That's what I've seen. I watched up to that part. Okay, so I've watched episode 5 then. Gerald Marie, thank you very much for being a member for 31 months. Married and watching anime? I know, it's rare, but it happens. Dreamy, thank you very much for being a member for 31 months. I hope your garden is flourishing. Thanks for streaming and keeping me company while I work. Happy to do it. Thank you for hanging out. Garden. The strawberries are all back. They're thriving. They're like weeds. Like once they're past their fragile phase, you can't really get rid of them. How are the zucchinis? They're in their pots, and all plants have this phase where if you have them in tiny little pots and then you put them into like big pots, they go through a phase where they don't seem to grow at all, and that just means they're growing underground. Did you know that? If a plant is not dying but it doesn't seem to be growing, you don't need to do anything. Don't fertilize it, don't do this, don't do that, don't try to like change anything. As long as it looks healthy, then that means it's doing most of its growth in the root area, which is a good thing. You want that. So right now my zucchinis have not grown in about 2 weeks, but they seem very green and very healthy, which means they're growing their root system, which is I'm a-okay with that. I think we could take a lesson from that too, right? Us humanoids could just be like, just because you don't see progress in the ways that you want to see it does not mean that progress is not being made. You just can't see it. When my orc is really green, he's healthy. It's true. It's true. University of War, thank you very much for being a member for 23 months. I heard something about growing pot. I'm interested. No, I do not grow pot. I grow in a pot. It's a common misunderstanding. Don't worry about it. I want to take up gardening because I finally have a place with a patch of dirt, but I'm 90% sure the local bored youth would demolish it because someone already kicked my little decorative fence. Are you opposed to being, you know? That was my first thought, but no. You can't say that because people will take it seriously. Are you opposed to being the old man that, you know, runs out his front door, shakes his fist, and he goes, "You scallywags, get off my lawn!" Like, are you opposed to that? Because it works, you know? It works. Bo, good morning. Oh, too hot. Too hot. Too hot. Jess, thank you very much for being a member for 31 months. I'm sorry I'm late, Reddit. No, you're just on time. My company just announced mass layoffs, but I somehow survived it, so yay. You made it to the next round in Squid Game. You made it to the next round. Accurate. Randy, was your Monday and Tuesday good? I did a ton of gardening. There's still more to do as well, but I feel pretty good. I amended all of the soil. It's basically done. I think I'm adding a couple more grow bags, so I might need to go back out and get more dirt and manure, but everything that's currently out there is ready to go. Bo, thank you very much for being a member for 31 months. Good morning, Brandon. The Final Fantasy 11 and Final Fantasy 14 collaborate ended, and as a fan of both, I'm riding an unbelievable high. Did you kill Shantoto? Has she finally been killed? Anyways, I keep getting distracted. I wanted to talk about Hat Atelier. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's French. I think it's really good. I am having difficult getting a read on. So there's 4 main characters. Atelier, yeah, something like that. There's 4 main characters. There's one that's like a murderer, and one there's the main character. There's the attempted murderer, and then there's like 2 other characters, and I can't really get a good read on them. And I feel like they had their episode. They had an episode where you're supposed to learn a bit more about them, and I still don't know that much about them. I know a little bit more about the pink one, but the blue one, just a big question mark. I just don't know, right? Turns out they're actually just murderers, maybe. The teacher, the guy that I called Wizard Gojo, I got words for that dude. I feel like every single point of conflict or action or anything like that took place because that dude just fucking wandered off instead of looking after his students. Where the fuck is that guy going? You leave that sexy man alone? He's like, he needs to, I don't know. He's an absent father. Wizard Gojo is this there to Aura Farm? Yeah. Being a mom is hard. The second time it happened, I got like kind of frustrated. I was like, come on, man, what are you doing? What are like counterpoints to my complaint? I thought about it. Like I sat down and I was trying to like play the devil's advocate for Wizard Gojo. Wizard Gojo is the teacher in Hat Atelier. Atelier. One of the girls is a psychopath, like Macaulay Culkin in the good. Yes, yes. I remember like there. I can't spoil anything. It's like the. There was no consequence for that. I was like, isn't that attempted murder? I don't know. He's just like Gojo, a mediocre teacher. Yeah. Mediocre. He's like a god tier X. Like whatever he's doing, he's at the top of his field. And you can already tell just by the length of his tassels, like he's at the top of his field. But just because you're cracked at something doesn't mean you're necessarily good at teaching it, right? The no consequences for that was kind of weird. This is slanderous. I'm slandering Wizard Gojo. My tassel is negative, it's true. I like it. Every time an episode airs, I finish it. It's like, I want to see the next one, which is a good sign. I want to see the homeless wizard. He hates... What? How do you pronounce his fucking name? Kefri? Kefri? He hates Kefri. I don't hate him. I just think that he needs to pay more attention to his students because they're getting into mortal peril and he's just like off doing something, you know? In his defense though, before the main character showed up, I bet you there was there was 0 incidences of danger of him just like, you know, leaving, and he comes back and everything is fine. It's because of the main character that like they're getting into so much crazy bullshit. But if he becomes a helicopter teacher, the plot won't advance. I feel like there's ways to write that scenario where they could still get into danger and the plot can advance without the teacher being like, you know, I'm gonna go to smoke some crack behind the Wendy's. You kids look after yourselves. Like, everybody good? You kids don't get into trouble. I'm gonna go behind the Wendy's and smoke some crack. I'll be back in like, you know, 2 hours. What's going on? I'm sorry. I just... You want him to be Miss Wizard Miss Frizzle? Yes! Unironically, yes. Is it the point that he's a bad teacher? Is the point that he's a bad teacher? I think the show is trying to tell us that he's a great teacher. I think that's the point of the show. But he keeps disappearing. Don't take your niece's people watching, but with binoculars. Don't you take your niece's people watching with binoculars. I bought them binoculars because they wanted them. And then they used them to spy on people. I don't think that's my fault. And I keep a sharp eye on them. I don't let them out of my sight. And kids are fucking annoying, man. Like you check your watch and you look up and they're gone. Just fucking gone. They're doing it on purpose. In his defense, he's not used to having to protect and teach a kid who didn't grow up with magic. It's true. It's true. I feel like everything was perfectly fine until, you know, the main character showed up. And all of the points of danger are based on the main character getting into shit. Because she don't know anything about their world. Brandon, if you like the anime enough, I highly recommend you read the anime because the author is a master at paneling and development. Okay, well... I kind of enjoy watching the anime every week. You know, is it Monday? On Mondays, without knowing, like, what's gonna happen. I don't know. I'm a little wary of ruining myself, like spoiling myself until season 1 is over. I don't want to wait. Then I'll break and I'll read the manga, right? But until the season is over, I'm content to wait like once a week. The manga is incredibly gorgeous. It's good. I like it. I like the magic system a lot. I like the world building. What do I like about it? Do I have a favorite character? The problem is I don't have a favorite character yet. There's a person in the intro and he looks like a homeless man. And that's the one that I'm waiting for. It's like very out of place because he's got like a fucking patchy ass beard. And I'm like waiting for the homeless man to make his appearance because I suspect that one might be my favorite. Is he hot? He's kind of pathetic. So yes, I don't know. Which show? Which Hat Atelier? Days, good morning. People are getting on my fucking ass because I'm mispronouncing the name of their favorite show. Matthew, thank you very much for the super chat. Not the super chat, being a member for 31 months. Since we're talking about Wizard series, have you watched Little Witch Academia? Yes! There's a Filipino witch, Suji. She's the best girl. She is the best girl. The mushroom witch that makes potions. She is the best character. Although, is it Lottie? There's a couple arcs with Lottie that I was like, oh, she might be the best. Little Witch was your first anime? How's that possible? Somebody threw you into the deep end. Your first anime was a trigger anime. That's fine. That makes me feel ancient. I want to see the homeless wizard. I want to learn more about the blue-haired student. I don't have a good read on that one. There's more bugs. You're a homeless wizard? Yes. Honestly, yes. Yeah. I just crumbled into dust hearing that. You know. The way he pronounced Atelier made my brain tingle. I hope in a good way. Not too ancient since it's Trigger and not Gynax. It's true. I guess there's not much I can talk about without being like major spoilers, so I don't think I'm going to talk too much about it. I just think that that dude needs to lock in. Also, I'm choosing to connect the Stardew Valley world with the Witch Hat Atelier world. And this proves, this is a conclusive point of evidence to support my theory that the wizard in Stardew Valley is a villain. Because he has a brimmed hat. Therefore, he's like evil. Ribians, thank you so much for the raid. Hello, hello, good morning. I need to get on watching Witch Hat. It sounds right up my alley and I haven't been able to find a new anime. I think you will definitely enjoy it. It's beautiful. The world building is really, really nice. Are there any points that I would say like I wish it was better? I think this is just my... Alright, can you guys like put the pitchforks away if I'm able to, you know, give it a bit of very, very light criticism? Extremely light. And I think I've been trying to fix this in my own mind as I'm watching it. I want to rewatch Orimo. I just can't get over the fact. Okay, this is my opinion. We're 5 episodes in, and I really wish I had a character to hyperfixate on. I'm the type of person that like I'm watching or reading something, and I want a favorite character to hyperfixate on. And Witch Hat doesn't really have a standout character for me to, you know, obsess about. I'm crossing my fingers. I'm hoping the homeless man does it for me. But like right now, I like every character. I don't hate any character. I'm throwing shade at the murderer and the teacher, but I like them too, right? But I don't have a character that I'm like, this is my favorite character. Oh, this is my, you know, my number one. I need a character to Oshi. I mean, like, we're 5 episodes in. I'm assuming we're halfway through the first half, you know? We're a quarter of the way through, and I don't have a strong character to attach to. And I feel like every good anime, every good manga has that. I mean, within the first 2 hours of you investing your time into this world, you should have hyperfixate on the brush buddy. The brush buddy, to me, that was like a bit of lazy storytelling. Am I crazy? It is shaped like a sex toy, yes, Danji. To me, that was a bit of like lazy storytelling where it was like, how do we resolve this? Here. This little creature will help resolve this issue. It's like, what? It's the Deus Ex brush buddy, exactly. Ved, good morning. I'm happy to see you. Thor, good morning. Happy to see you. Stacy, good morning. That's enough of me being a hater. I think it's like a... I mean, from what I've seen, it's pretty flawless. It's like a 10 out of 10 show. Because most... if I'm gonna, like, throw shade on the anime and manga industry, most fantasy worlds in anime and manga are the exact same fucking setting. There's like a city that has a perfectly circular wall and there's a river running through it. And then it's like, this is the setting of our town, Isekai town, right? This show is blowing them out of the water. The brush buddy looks like a sex toy. It kind of does. Every anime city is Soul Society. Exactly. I'm so tired of fucked up looking horses. Sometimes the ranks are medals. Sometimes. It's true. It's true. He's right. Every anime city is a city, maybe. I feel like they could fucking they could do with making like an interesting city instead of just being like random fantasy city with the perfectly circular wall and a river running through it. It's like, please. I'm down in the isekai slop trenches. Johan, you gotta go watch Witch Hat Atelier. It's good. The world building is like excellent. If I had to make a complaint, episode 1 is like a Ghibli movie, and then it completely changes. Like the art and the background and the BGM is like a fucking Ghibli movie. It's like, it is so beautiful. And then episode 2 onward, it just completely changes. It's like, none of that. None of that. It's like a Ghibli movie. Exactly. How much do you love the magic system? Sushi! Sushi, good morning! Sushi. Yes, I'm current on Witch Hat, and I think it's like fucking 10 out of 10. It is really good. Gotcha, it's actually isekai. Ved, it is not an isekai. It is its own fully fleshed out fantasy world with its own magic system, which makes a ton of sense. I like it. How much do you love the magic system? I think it's like 50 out of 10. It's so good. The animation quality drops off after episode 1? No, the animation quality stays consistent, and it doesn't fall victim to the episode 4, you know, the episode 4 curse where they blow the budget on the first 3 episodes. Episode 4 is just as good. 5 is really good. What is a magic system? Okay, so a bad magic system is like Harry Potter, where they just fucking say words, and then there's a bunch of stupid shit that they could do that, like, if you think about it for 1 second, doesn't make any sense and should collapse any type of society. But, you know, it's like, whatever, you just hand wave it, right? Harry Potter, shit tier magic system. Doesn't make any fucking sense, right? And then on the other end, you have Nen from Hunter x Hunter. And that's like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is this? And you're like, oh, it's like blowing my fucking mind. Nen, top tier magic system. And I think Witch Hat Atelier is like way closer to Nen. It's up there. A Ghibli movie. Well, it's kind of isekai in the way that someone dies and he gets cast into a new world. Not really, right? Not really. I guess so. Same world, you know? Are stands a good magic system? The best way for me to talk about stands, I think stands are... The best thing is that there are rules, right? They're talking about like stand range, etc., etc. Independent stands. I think stands are okay, but the power scaling goes out of hand really fast. It's definitely like a whatever the fuck Araki feels like on any given point. Nen is excellent. It's so good. Like the types. And then like the fact that if you're an opposite type, you can't use the type on the other end of the spectrum is good. Nen, I think, is like, so good. What's your favorite power in Hunter x Hunter? That's a great question. My favorite power in Hunter x Hunter is probably Moral Macronessy, the smoke, his smoke ability. I think it's like super flexible and useful. You could do a gajillion different things with it. My favorite character is the smoking guy. Yeah. I think his ability is like really good. I also like his little twink partner with the teleporting house. If I could pick any ability, I would pick the teleporty house, right? It's pretty good. The PTSD twink, exactly. Exactly. Sushi, thank you for subscribing at tier 3. Much appreciated. Over on Twitch. I almost said Twitter. This is really good. All right, so the magic system in Witch Hat. Can I even tell you? I feel like I can't tell you guys about the magic system in Witch Hat because it's a plot point in the first 2 episodes. First episode. You guys need to just go watch it. I just think it's a really cool magic system, and the world building around the magic system is excellent, and it makes sense. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of there's going to be a lot of like good plot related to the world, you know? I watched a video on it, so I kind of know. Yeah, I like it. It's good. How many episodes is it going to be? Do we know? I don't want to be disappointed like in Freeren, where like I was watching the new episodes and then I didn't know the season ended, and it's like, where's Freeren? Where's Freeren? Where is it? Where did it go? Naurus, thank you very much for being a member for 31 months. Thank you. By the way, what kind of ritual should I perform to see you play doubles and Pokemon Champions? My ELOS and Master Ball tier needs an ego boost. What the fuck is Pokemon Champions? What is that? Pokemon Champions. It's a strategy video game developed by the Pokemon Works and published by Nintendo for the Nintendo Switch, Android, and iOS. It's a spin-off of the Pokemon video game series focused on multiplayer gameplay. What? What is it? I appreciate the mindfulness about avoiding spoilers. You got it, you know. What the fuck is the PTSD twink? The PTSD twink is the twink character who his major plot development is that he gets traumatized and he loses all of his hair, and he walks around with a cap, with like a hat for the rest of the series. Ten out of 10. He becomes bald. Oh. You were talking about Hunter x Hunter. Yeah. Wait, which Hat Atelier? Yeah, Entwu. I've been watching that, and I'm current. And I thought it was excellent. It's very good. I am waiting for the character. I think I saw someone that's a big fan. Sushi, can you give me? All right, I have a Witch Hat hot take. I wish. I'm the type of person that when I watch a new piece of media, I need a favorite character to fixate on, and it kind of anchors me into a show. And Witch Hat has not given me a character to hyper fixate on. I think some people might fixate on Kefri, the teacher. Not really my type. I prefer someone a little bit more pathetic. There's no character for me to fixate on, you know? Coco is a great protagonist. Yes. But the thing is, Sushi, I almost never fixate on the main character. I've always been the type of person to fixate on like a either a secondary or a tertiary character. Yeah, I need the homeless man that's in the opening. So that's like pretty much the only critique I have of Witch Hat. The thing to get me, what about Freeren? Freeren, I hyper fixate on the dwarf. Is that crazy? And by extension, Stark. I kin homeless man. I like the dwarf. Aizen and Stark. I knew you'd pick the dwarf. No, it's not. He's the goat. I do like Frieren. But Stark is like right up my alley because he's like a coward and he's like always crying and he gets bullied by everybody. But he could like fucking lock in and shoot a laser beam out of his axe, you know? My favorite Frieren bit of Frieren herself is when she's getting eaten by a mimic. That shit activates like a fucking fetish in my mind, you know? What about the One-san lover sign? Sign is pretty good. Sign is pretty good. I like when Frieren wakes up extremely groggily. What about when she throws a tantrum? I was not listening. What are you talking about? We're talking about Frieren now. Anyway, Sushi, that's my, you know, or Olrugio you will adore. I am hoping, you know. I'm hoping. I need a character to hyperfixate on. I don't know how I feel about any of the 4 main girls, the students. I think the main character... Oh, shit. What's her name? Coco. I think Coco is my favorite of the 4. I don't have a good read on the blue-haired one. But I tend to like Kudere's, you know? I think Coco is my favorite. Give him tired eyes and yes! Yes! By the way, did you... Oh, Lugia, by the way, good morning. Did you hear news of the new Dot Hack game? No. I kind of want to... Is it a single-player game or a multiplayer game? Agot is my favorite. I think... Fuck! I can't spoil anything! There was a scene in the previous episode that made me really... Agatha is my favorite. She's broken. My favorite is the part where she's like, "Don't touch me with your filthy..." You know what I'm talking about? It was a scene in episode 4 where she's like, "Don't fucking touch me," and I was like, "Yes, yes, that's me too. Don't fucking touch me." It made me go like, ooh, ooh. Main character, don't touch someone. Like, don't do that. Just like me, for real, for real. That part was like, oh, so good. So if I ever write a video game narrative, I need to give Randon a boy failure, girl failure, NB failure for him to attach onto. Exactly. I think... I don't know what about that trope makes it good. I think when I see someone confident, borderline arrogant, I want to see them smashed into the ground. I want to see them being forced to eat sand. But when I see a failure, I want them to win, right? That might be like the psychological root of what I, you know. So that's why I have to. Randon loves Joffrey. Is he pathetic? He's really arrogant. I kind of hate failure characters that are written with nothing but fan service in mind. It makes me cringe. It has to be believable. Is there an example? Is there an example? You would love Huckleberry in the pit. Oh man, the degloving scene in episode 1. I wanted to vom. Joffrey is just a psychopath. That girl from Chainsaw Man. Ah, what's her name? Sumiki from Danganronpa. The nurse. did feel, man, I love Danganronpa, and I'm having a lot of fun with Danganronpa too. But I felt that that murder was, that case was definitely, it might have been the weakest case in both games so far. And a lot of fucking people died. A crazy amount of people died. They just, you know. Pomni is a good example of a girl failure. I'm not current on Digital Circus. That's another thing I wanted you guys to fill me in on. Why is there Digital Circus drama? I refuse to engage. I refuse to look it up myself. Could you give me the 411? Apparently there's like drama in Digital Circus or some shit. I don't care. I've watched like 3 episodes. There is? I don't know. There's some kind of drama. I don't know. Who cares? I kind of care. The Mikan case is literally the worst one in the series, but it sets up an important plot point. Oh, okay. Yeah, kind of. I see it. TLDR fans were shipping too hard. Which drama? There's multiple stems. All right. I've been like, I've been not even attached to it, so I might be completely wrong. Can I? Is there going to be a Digital Circus movie? Is there going to be a Digital Circus movie? And apparently that's causing drama. That's what I heard. Basically, one of the VAs at the end were 7 years ago. Because of a disguise. That seems crazy. They did a theatrical release of the last episode a week before launching the episode on YouTube. Theatrical release? They're releasing the final episode in theaters. People like me are going to be mad because people will spoil it. I think it's cool. How long is the final episode? Aren't Digital Circus episodes like 15 minutes? Who's gonna go to a movie to watch? It's 2 hours? I care about it because my niece loves it. I thought it was good. I thought that... Wait, am I wrong? Is Digital Circus not an indie production? Is it Corpo Slop? I thought that Digital Circus is indie. I think it's so good because it's indie. You know, you gotta support that shit. It's good. It's indie gem. It's indie so big that it beats Corpo Slop. Yeah. 1 hour plus the episode before, so that's 90 minutes. Okay, okay. I remember watching the first 2 episodes and thinking, this is good. It's just like, it's so... There's no word, like, how do you put it to words? It's refreshing. I'm talking about like you're just watching it and it's like, this didn't go through the filter of like 8 people. You know what I mean? It felt very much like the raw goods. There's no filter. There's no people that are like, that might be a little bit, you know, let's... Sadly, didn't really hook me in though. I think the problem, Sushi, is that like, I do think that it's definitely catering to a younger audience. So for me personally, it didn't hook me either. Like, I'm not current on the series because it's not trying to do the Disney thing. It's not trying to do the Disney thing where it's like, make sure your kids get addicted to it. But there's like 4 or 5 bits that you as a fucking haggard adult are like, ha, all right, I like it. It's not trying to do that. Like, it's just like, it is what it is. And I respect that. teens. Yeah, yeah. I think it's definitely chemically engineered. Yes, it's for Zoomers. And I respect that. I respect that it's not catering to, you know, haggard millennials like me. You should check out For the Empire, a series of Star Wars fan films that are actually good. Ooh. I liked it, and we're the same age. I liked it too. It just didn't hook me, you know? Why didn't it hook me? I mean, probably the same issue where, like, there wasn't a character for me to hyperfixate on. Also, I was not a fan of the horror episode. I think that was the last one that I watched. Same problem, huh? Yeah. The horror episode was just like, The amount of existential horror in Digital Circus is a draw for me. It's pretty good. What show are we chatting about? We're chatting about The Amazing Digital Circus, which is highly recommended to me. And I watched the first 3 or 4 episodes and I thought it was really good, but I didn't get addicted to it. I think for me, a good sign of like whether I've been hooked is whether I start planning fanfic for it. I haven't written fanfiction in like decades, right? But do you guys know what I'm talking about? You're hooked when like you're watching something and you're like, oh, what if there was like a situation like this? I should write this, right? And I think Freerin did that for me. I was like imagining fanfic of Freerin as I was like watching it. Oh man, there's a lot of bugs now. If people are salty that it's going to be in theaters before it's on YouTube, that's crazy. That's... I don't get it. If you're a fan, you would be like, that's amazing. There's salty. It's a dumb thing to be mad about. It'll come online eventually. It's like, who wants their favorite, like, you know, piece of media to be less successful? That's like a fucking stupid ass take. Who wants their favorite show to be less successful? Fucking idiot. Somebody needs to take their phone away and throw them out into the wilderness, you know? Hipsters. To be honest, me and the boys are literally theory crafting to the max after watching all 8 episodes. It's good. Hey Randon, have you ever heard of an anime called Milky Subway, the Galactic Limited Express? I have not heard of that, Crazy Cat. What the fuck? Why are there stars in there? Whenever a series I love manages to hit theaters, I will drive 4 hours to watch it. Same with the Konosuba movie. There was a Konosuba movie? I don't know how I feel about anime being on the big screen in the West. I like it, but I don't think I would ever go and partake because I'm terrified of meeting a weeb in real life. I'm terrified of meeting a weeb in real life. I'm like very not interested in that. I didn't look a weeb in the eye. Like going to a con. Why? Why? Can we be real? Am I allowed to? We got some skeletons in our closet. Can I be real with you guys? With like our little corner of the internet. No, I don't give a shit about being doxxed. I'm like, You know our little corner of the internet, the weebs, the gamers? We got some fucking skeletons in our closet, right? So every time I'd be meeting one of our people, I'm like kind of squinting and I'm like, are you a racist? I don't know. You know, like, elaborate? I mean, there it is. It's just right there on the table, you know? Hey, don't call me out. I'm sorry, Shark. I'm sorry. We're feisty today. We're a little feisty, you know? We got some skeletons in our closet, man. That's why I don't identify with my hobbies anymore. I mean, I have that's not the only one. I have other hobbies that it's just kind of like, I gotta be like, Please, I'm German. The ship sailed ages ago. I tip my cap to you, sir. There is some noticeable unfortunate crossover there. It's fine. It's okay. I love what I love, and everybody that is like follows my, everybody that is a part of my like my little niche of interest is my, you know, is my people. But I'm also like a little afraid. You know what I'm talking about? I think it's okay to just be like, okay, you're my people because you like the same thing that I like, but I'm a little afraid of you. I'm a little afraid. It would be hilarious watching two grown men fighting over who the best girl is on a series. Man, with the girls watching them all agree on shipping the main guy with the male friend. Domino! Yeah, exactly. I judge people in silence as my hobby. That's perfectly fine, you know? Nah, man, after Smash, I'm not one of their people. I am my own person. You can be a part of a community, just like never interacting with any of the people in that community, you know? It's harder if you actively contribute. Like if you're an artist, you kind of get like pulled into the community, but I'm just a leech. You know, I'm just a lurker, so it's fine. I never like identifying with the general community. Kind of the same. Kind of the same. Cons are just like stressful too, and it's expensive. Don't you just hate getting fucking don't you hate getting ripped off by a dude that's running a food truck? If there are food truck operators among the Rednecks, I apologize for this, right? And in most cases, I think you guys are doing an incredible service, but at a convention is psychotic. Is fucking psychotic at a convention. Anime Expo is also legit dangerous because it's overcrowded. Is it? The only place that I would ever go to at Anime Expo is the Artist Alley. They're probably renting this spot, that's why it costs more. I guess so. Anime conventions are low-key the worst managed conventions. Maybe. As long as this is like DashCon. I mean, that's what my mind jumped to, but I'm trying to think of like a sci-fi con, a comic book convention. Are comic book conventions run better than anime conventions? Maybe. Smash Genshin anime. Got so exhausting trying to correct others. Kind of pissed me off when Uma Musume had that little what Discord episode. I think it depends on the convention. I've been to Anime Boston multiple times and always had a great time. Conversely, Rhode Island Comic Con was a fucking line con in the pouring rain. Yeah. The crazy thing about DashCon was where they were going out with a bucket and trying to say, like, we're getting kicked out unless we can raise another $10,000. They're trying to take money from people that are, like, huddled in a corner. That shit actually happened at DashCon. They go around with a bucket. And it's like, we need to raise $10,000. The cause over. Oh, boy. Matthew, thank you very much for the super chat. Randon, do you have any thoughts on 40k orc fans? They're infamous for LARPing at people without consent and assuming everybody is in on the joke. So what you're telling me is that they're the homestucks of the 40k community? Am I picking that up correctly, Matthew? They're the homestucks of the of the 40k community? I don't think that's good. I don't think they should be like getting up in people's faces and shit, you know? But I do love me, you know, the orc corner of 40k. I want to check out a furry con. Yes. FurryCon's genuinely the peak of convention management, especially due to accommodating people in fursuits. They're so good at accommodating disabilities. Oh, okay, okay. Cons have the same problem as theme parks. If they're good, they get popular. If they get popular, they get overcrowded. And if they're overcrowded, they suck. Yes. I went to Anthrocon in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and then to EF in Germany. Ooh, furry convention. Like, I don't fuck with whatever the official Discord was doing. There's no point in caring so much. I'd rather put that energy into Uma Musume. So that's fair. That's fair. To join the stream, in the first sentence here you say is I want to check on a furry con is wildly on brand. I mean, I'm not a convention guy, but I would go. I've been watching Punky Doodles recently. It's the closest thing I have to consuming D&D content. I want to play some D&D. I don't know. I feel a little confident that I've been able to keep up a regular streaming, you know? Although I'm getting kind of tired. I feel like I need a vacation soon. I'm getting a little bit tired. Tired? Exhaustion? I don't know. Are you more of a DM or a player? I would love to be a player, but I am forced to be a DM. Because nobody DMs. Take a couple weeks off. Yeah, we'll see. Donchi, this is like a double issue because I think I should probably get a gig soon and commit like 2 or 3 weeks to you know, doing a gig, making money, then I can come back to streaming. And at the same time, I also feel like I need to take a break. So what do I do? What do I do? I don't know. Go camping for a week? Oh, camping sounds really good. Camping sounds really good. Tired? You got 4 on your car? 1,000? Good morning. That's a good little gag there. I like it. You assume that I have a car with 4 tires. And I think that's just the cutest thing ever. You think I can afford 4 tires? 3 will do as long as you're very careful while you're driving. DMing is a skill set and requires a certain combination of temperament and capabilities and time. A lot of people don't really have the full set. Yeah, I think DMing on its surface attracts like people that enjoy making a plan. You know what I mean? People that like a person that likes to write a story, people that like to make a plan, people that have like an idea, right? But I think the key skill of a DM is the ability to improvise. And so those two can often clash. The best DMs are both. A planner that can also improvise. I think you need that to be able to DM long term and not fucking want to blow your brains out. Toga Nebula, thank you very much for being a member for 31 months. Thank you, thank you. Do a silly road trip after the gig and tell us what weird things you found on the road. Oh, if only. I was watching the Ludwig Michael Reeves Tip to Tip China. Oh, man. I wish I was Ludwig rich, because then I could do some crazy ass shit. Bro, gas prices. You know what I would do, Sushi? I would fucking get everybody. Exactly, Danchi. All right, so Ongslop crew, Cass, like basically like Fleshy, everybody that I'm like tangentially like associated with. I want to do a thing where it's like the budget is like $80,000, right? And I want to do Steel Ball Run. We would start in San Diego, and I would give everybody, you have $1,000 to buy a car. Just any car, like anything. It could be a bike. Now, you know what? Not even a car. It could be a bike. It could be a motorcycle. It could be a car. It could be a fucking go-kart. You have $1,000 to buy something, and you can't cheat. We'll check. So you buy your horse, and then you have to go from San Diego to New York, and then like you videotape it. Steel Ball Run, and it's like a YouTube series. I'd watch the fuck out of this, and like people's like cars would break down, right? They would run out of gas. And you can't use your phone, you can't use the internet, you can't use anything like that. You just have to get you have to get to New York. You could sabotage each other. You cannot use GPS, you cannot use the internet, you can't use any shit like that. It'll be Top Gear 2 in a way, exactly. $1,000 plane ticket. Medium rare chicken? You're disqualified. I am Beef Burger. This is Pussy Burger. We are two white-colored foreigners motorcycling across China for adventure. Sounds like an incident waiting to happen. Yeah, I mean, people could get hurt and die, but you know, that's content, baby. Bike and tent right across. The problem with that is that like nobody would fucking do it. Like if I went to fucking Big Ham, it's like, Big Ham, do you wanna bike across, you know, like it's like a race, and if you win, I don't know, you might get like a $5,000. She'd just be like, no, I have to work, right? But there's a higher chance that Big Ham would be like, oh yeah, sure, if it's like you could drive a car. And it's like a little it's a shit box that's gonna break down, but that's the content, baby, you know? That's the fucking content. Seen it quite a bit, never got the time to look into it. Randomly get hyper fixated. It's free content, bro, come on. You could download a car. If I could, I would buy a gun to steal a car. Would $1,000 get you an Amtrak ticket? I mean, it still defeats the point, but fairer than a plane. I think it has to be like a passenger vehicle. Just you alone, right? That's the dream. I don't know. Get a job in the middle of the trip. Brandon avoids paying car insurance by 3D printing a car. Cats, hello. Good morning. I don't even know what we're fucking talking about anymore. We're talking about steel ball running as like a YouTube bit. I still think it would be funny if we played real life GeoGuessr. Real life GeoGuessr would be good. Like, you put a bag over our heads and then you beat the shit out of us and then throw us into a van and then you drive us into like a random part of the country and we have to figure out where we are. Please though, do your gig and take some time off. We will wait. But I just like got back into like regular streaming, right? I don't know. It's called kidnapping, but it's like consensual kidnapping. It's consensual kidnapping. It feels like it's a content creator's poorly disguised fetish. Kinda? Kinda? You and one streamer friend get dropped off in the middle of the woods and you have like 2 days to get back to civilization. Yeah! Have you seen the Mapman GeoGuessr where the loser has to go to the spot that they lost to? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. That, but they take you to a foreign country and you have to figure out how to get out. Isn't that like, how would you do that? Like, how would you get onto the airplane without people be, you know, like the fucking feds would stop you, right? You're given food, water, and a quick YouTube tutorial. That'd be crazy. Otherwise, you're pretty much boned. Pretty much. Was there anything else I wanted to... Oh my god, I'm at 1500. What causes my fucking CO2 to go crazy? I already calibrated this thing and it's going fucking sicko mode on me. 16? Untitled, hello, good morning. Happy to see you, happy to see you. How you doing? Stop farting? No. Do you open your windows? No. No. Poor ventilation, probably? Probably. Excess CO2 disease, someone would smell it. There was a TV show where they combined that idea with a "you are 6 links away from every person in the world" thing, where they drop people off in Nepal and have them find someone who knows Fergie. You can't just ask an orc to stop farting as a part of their culture. Yeah! Yeah! See? Cats gets it. Oh yeah, what's with the CO2 meter again? I don't recall why you have one. Jam is because Shindigs was trying to CO2 pill us, right? Shindigs was talking about how he did like online research and that like a lot of health issues in humanoids is due to excess CO2 intake. And that like if your CO2 is above like 1,300, your brain, your ability to think is caught by like 30%, which is crazy. So we decided to do a bit as a group where we all get CO2 meters and we're just like checking our CO2. Like, for example, we're all streaming together and we're playing a video game and one of us does something really stupid. Just really embarrassing, right? Then you're like, CO2 check. It's like, oh, you're at 1601. That's why you did something stupid. Why does this sound like pseudoscience? I mean, you actually do get dumber. Like, you start to get headaches and you like have memory issues when your CO2 is too high, right? How about a survival challenge where you have a $100 budget on Temu for gear, then try to use it to get out of the woods? That's a pretty good idea. It's pretty good. The downside is that, like, I don't know if I feel comfortable giving my credit card info to Temu. That's the main reason why I won't use Temu, just because like I don't know if I feel comfortable with that. It's the Girl Scouts all over again, you know. It was all fun and games. Everyone else is normal, and yours is like 3 times theirs at all times. Yeah. Get a temporary credit card to pay for this stuff? Maybe. Need to use a Visa gift card for Temu? Yeah, I could probably do that. I'm paranoid about my CO2 level now. Did you get one? Did you get a CO2 meter? God, my mom is so addicted to Temu, and I've been trying to get her to stop. My favorite is Fleshy. Good morning. How you doing? I am doing a short-ish Zatsudan stream, and then I'm going to do more gardening work. What gardening work do I have left? What gardening work do I have left? I don't know. I need to think about it. Fleshy, what's your opinion on the CO2 meta? Also, what the fuck is our peptides? Why are people addicted to peptides? And they're like, you know, what about CO2 in your room? My CO2 is currently at 1,601 parts per million. And the screen is flashing black right now. So, not great. Not great. Randon, you're fucked. He's gonna die. Open a window. No. That means you're gonna die in 11 minutes. I mean, it's gone up to like 2,000, so. This thing has gone up to 2,000, so that's fine. The thing about the term peptides is that it's as all-encompassing as the word liquid. It can refer to many things. I think the peptide thing part of the Ozempic epidemic. What's an Ozempic epidemic? Like too many people are on Ozempic? From what I've heard, it's like pretty great. Because it actually works, right? People being obsessed with Ozempic. I didn't know what it did, and I'm always a little bit afraid of like diet drugs because of that episode of Sliders where it turned you into a zombie. It prevents you from eating, right? It like makes you less hungry. It works, but it shouldn't be used as a weight loss thing. It's mostly for diabetics. I didn't know that. It's for diabetics? Interesting. From what I know, there are medications for diabetes, but they can be used off-label for weight loss. Not everybody and their grandma is taking them for weight loss. Oh yeah, I'm on Ozempic because of my diabetes. Huh. Whoa. Sharon Osbourne on Ozempic is terrifying. She looks like a walking corpse. Is it... What did... Am I thinking of the wrong person? Sharon Osbourne. Sharon Osbourne 2010. Man, not YouTube. Google is completely fucking useless, isn't it? Wow. Google is completely fucking useless. I'm trying to Google Sharon Osbourne 2010 and it's trying to sell me shit. Bro, are you selling me Sharon Osbourne? Why are you trying to sell me shit when I'm trying to fucking Google Sharon Osbourne 2010? This is fucking crazy. It's one thing if you're like, oh, tell me more about peptides, and you're trying to sell me peptides. It's like, how do you deadass sell me fucking Sharon Osbourne? How are you trying to sell me fucking Redbubble t-shirts of Sharon Osbourne? What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh. I'm just so tired of being fucking advertised to. I'm just so fucking tired. Okay, so I was gonna say something that might be that might be a hot take. From what I can remember, didn't Sharon Osbourne always look like a zombie? Sudsies? Didn't Sharon Osbourne always, like, she's like kind of 10% zombie the entire time? So you're like, oh, it's like freaky because she looks like a walking corpse, but it's like, you know, she just got a little bit corpsier, which is fine. She's a giga racist. She used to have a little chub on her. Oh, I don't care. Like, for me, it's like, because you could have zombies at like every end of the spectrum. I'm talking about like the general, like, you know what I mean? Like, people could look like a zombie at any, you know, weight and size. She always kind of had a bit of zombie aura around her, right? I don't know. Are we talking about Kelly or Sharon Osbourne? Sharon, but I don't know the difference between the two. One of them is the daughter, right? But I don't know which one's the daughter. I don't know which one's the daughter. They're two different women. Yeah, one's the daughter. Kelly is the daughter. Okay. I didn't know that because I don't really pay, you know. Speaking of zombies, you need to try out Prion Zombies in Fiction. They're deer with CWD. They're basically zombie deer already. Is that like Mad Cow? Oh fuck, random quick, name 5 women. Sharon Osbourne, Kelly Osbourne. Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter, Oprah. Boom. 5. I need 5, Sushi. Come on. Come on. I need 5. Woo. I knew you were going to say Oprah. How the fuck did you know that I was going to say Oprah? How did you know that? Joseph Joestar, how did you know I was going to say that? Oprah was a wild card there out of that group. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Which? Mom, sis me, mom. I would probably have about the same amount of difficulty naming 5 men. Barack Obama. Now I have to actually do. Hold on, Dodgy, hold on. Obama. George R. Martin. J.R.R. Tolkien. Markiplier. Keanu Reeves. Boom. Dodgy, you fucking called it. You got 3 out of 5. Name 5 Randonites. Shiopi, Hawks, Charlie, Matthew, and Peck School. Boom. That somehow seemed more cohesive than the list of women. He hates me. He forgot that. You guys were too easy. You guys were too easy. Doesn't name the triad because we're too evil? Yeah. Wow. I have been chosen. See, that's the problem. Like, name 100 random. I was thinking about doing name 100 random nights, but then I would like hurt feelings if I didn't call you out, you know? I could probably name 50 random nights. I think I could too if I sat down, but if I leave somebody out, you guys would be sad, right? Speak of the devil and she they shall appear. Name all the Randonites. Poke rap every Randonite. Would I be named? Gohan, you would definitely be named. You would definitely be named. Alright. Gardening stuff? What do I have left to do? I need to mulch. I need to mulch right now. I just creamed a bit. That's why we call it the old screaming cream, baby. Screaming cream. What mulch you using? I like to use straw and occasionally wood chips, but you should not be using too many wood chips because they tend to drain the nitrogen out of soil. And it's more expensive than straw. Straw is like really, really cheap. The downside of straw is that if you get bad, low quality straw, you're basically putting grass into the ground. Like you're adding weeds to your... They have seeds that haven't been sterilized, so the seeds will eventually turn into grass. Weeds, and then you'd have to fucking weed. You have to mulch. Name 5 organic compounds by their full technical name. Cum. Is that the technical name? I don't know. Say something funny? That doesn't count, Donchi? Where I was trying to call fucking... Alright, fine. Thank you, Bob. Leave me alone. Something quotable? Something quotable. You're putting me on the spot now, right? I like gardening because I pretend that each plant is a randonite. And you are now my captive. Is that weird? I'm forcing you to produce like delicious vegetables that I, you know, steal from you. I actually do this. I quote the doc. The doc is empty this episode? This is a shit fucking... I'm losing my touch. That's how I know I need a vacation. If I failed to produce a quote for the doc. The Google Docy. No, you just talked about anime a lot? Yeah. Yeah, I did. Don't touch my veggies. I did that. I do that when I'm like cutting a fucking cucumber off a plant. It's like, oh, no, not my baby. It's like, ha, 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 ha. I take it and I eat the baby. You know? This is CO2. I mean, we're at 1752 right now. You're just climbing. You might just need to open the windows. Not gonna lie, that 1,000 CO2 meter is really doing numbers. It's at 17. It's approaching 2,000. Open a window? What the fuck? Alright, fine. I'll open a window. Okay? Just give me a second. All right, window open. Are you guys happy? Let's up those numbers. What? All right, you know, let's just Google like what is a dangerous amount of CO2. Dangerous amount of CO2 levels. What do I want to use? What do I want to use? Center for Disease Control? Here we go. No, this is not enough. What is the safe level of CO2 in parts per million? Current levels are 420 parts per million. The safe level is a matter of greatly varying opinion. Okay. No. I need like what'll kill you. All right. We have it. We have it. You guys ready? We're CO2 hotboxing. Okay. Normal outdoor air, roughly 400 parts per million. Typical CO2 levels found indoors, 400 to 1,000 parts per million. 1,000 to 2,000 parts per million. Common complaints of drowsiness or poor air quality. 2,000 to 5,000 parts per million. Headaches, fatigue, stagnant, stuffiness, poor concentration, loss of focus, increased heart rate, nausea. Okay. 50,000 parts per million. Toxicity due to oxygen deprivation occurs. 100,000 parts per million. Oxygen deprivation in seconds, convulsions, coma, and death. So I'm currently at the 1,000 to 2,000 at the high end. Common complaints of drowsiness or poor air quality. So once I hit 2K, we got the headaches, we got the fatigue, we got the stagnant, stuffiness, poor concentration, loss of focus, increased heart rate, nausea. So just basically an average day in the Nuring family household. Is that it? That's how you experience oxygen toxicity. 2K CO2 genuinely feels like shit, man. I don't wish it on anybody. I'm at 1,800 right now. It's still going up. We're at 1,797 right now. Jesus. Imagine how powerful you would be if you were breathing better air quality. But I just don't want to put in the work to do that. Sounds like me after not venting my room for 2 months. Have you ever woken up and your room just smells like farce and you have no one to blame but yourself because you live alone? It's like it happens like once a week, especially if I'm eating chili or some shit. If you want to fart more, please open your windows. Fine. I'm constantly getting Fleshy to fucking do that. That emote. Took me 3 hours to clear the CO2 after the accidental CO2 poisoning at work. Does take a while. I have an air purifier in every room. I don't think I have an air purifier as well. A Costco brand air purifier. And I don't think that helps with the CO2. It's currently blue. Actually, I wonder if that's why my room's temperature is so wildly different from the rest of my family's. What, the CO2 maxing? This is reminding me that my husband just bought a new AC unit air purifier combo. He's slowly turning our bedroom into a clean room for me. Along with the Dyson formaldehyde filter. Why do you need a formaldehyde filter? Is that a thing that we need to worry about? My air purifier is blue. There is very little dust. I think we're fine. Because I definitely have my door and windows closed almost 24/7. Maybe. Sometimes the quirks of the layout of the house can cause air circulation weirdness, which can result in certain rooms not heating or cooling well. I do believe that. What causes it? It might be... Ooh. That... I need to figure out that plant. It's dying. I'm succession cropping. I'm trying my next, you know. Do you know what succession planting is? You guys know that? Not the show. I need to figure that out. I want to cuke max this year. No, teach me. Well, a cucumber will intensively start to like produce fruit, cucumber plants, right? And then they'll like limp onward. So you'll have a plant and it'll start to not really produce that much fruit. And the fruit that it does produce is smaller and less tasty. And a lot of gardeners will just try to squeeze it out for the rest of the season. But if you have a pretty long growing season, it's better as soon as it starts to slow down, you just tear that bad boy out and then you plant a new one. And then you'll get more cucumbers overall. It's a little bit more work, but it's good. So I am starting that. Like banana, exactly. Mog fails. Thank you very much for the super chat. We have these CO2 measuring things at our office, and when it reaches past 1,000, it starts beeping like crazy, and we need to open windows. Exactly. Mog fails. I'm at 1,797. Hex Legendary Hero, thank you very much for super chat. I just had to pay $6,000 out of pocket in busted foundation piping. Let's go. Let's go! Boo, 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 boo. I'm sorry that you got... Oh, man. It's impressive that you have 6,000 out of pocket, though. I think if I had to pay 6,000 out of pocket... No, I'd be able to... Oh, we're at 1,811 now. I think I could weather that, actually. But that's my, like, fucked up hobby money, you know? I've been inhaling too many of my farts. It's true. I'm tanking CO2 poisoning. 1,800 is not enough. You know, Brandon, a lot of the fleshlings know you as the fart purifier guy because that's short. Exactly. Exactly. Did you fart again? Or did something... Why did it go up? I don't know. I opened the window and it's still going up. Oh, fuck. There was something. Shit. I completely forgot. I completely forgot. No. Is there a movie coming out? Is there a movie coming out that I want to watch? I don't remember. There's something I wanted to talk about. It's been 2 hours. Go garden. I do not think I need a mulch. Shit. I wanted to talk to you guys about mulch. I feel like you should move into indoor plant maxing, but it's so expensive. It is like crazy fucking expensive. I feel like gardening should be like the poor person's hobby, because you could get into it too much and end up spending a ton of money. You don't need a lot of money. You could probably run a successful garden with like $50. How expensive is hydroponics? I mean, you're in the realm of like, on the low end, maybe $500 to $1,000. If you want a fully kitted hydroponics, it's like $6,000. My air measuring thingy also does air quality plus CO2. Opening my windows means pollen and pollution, so it goes up more. Yeah. Can you bring your CO2 checker outside and check what your baseline CO2 is? I have done that. I calibrated my CO2, and my baseline CO2 is like in the high 400s, like 460, 470. I have a small hydroponics yard to grow basil. Basil is so good. And it's expensive. I think if you guys want to like garden and save money, herbs are like the #1 thing. They're so expensive. It kind of makes no sense to grow potatoes and onions because they're so cheap at the grocery store, but herbs will definitely save you a pretty penny. I had 11K and 6K I had saved after buying my house from the loan save up because I didn't know how much my down would be. I still have money, but I also need to have some shit rewired. Is there a plant that grows Greek yogurt? Greek yogurt is super expensive. Thoughts on growing cilantro? I have so many thoughts. Thank you. Thank you. Finally, a Randonite will step up and ask me about the question that I've been hoping for years. Cilantro? Did you guys know that cilantro is a cool weather crop? You fucking know that shit? I put cilantro in salsa, so I assumed that it was like a hot weather crop. I assume that like it thrives in hot weather. It's a cool weather crop. Every time I've tried to grow cilantro, it fucking dies because I try to grow it in the summer and it will never fucking grow well in the summer. Like it has to be on the shoulder seasons. I guess I just think everything that's associated, that's related to something spicy should be like hot weather. Cilantro needs cool and humid weather. Yeah. It cannot grow in like burning sun. It looks like a cool weather crop. How did you not think it was a hot one? Because of it's associated with spiciness, you know? I love cilantro and a good salsa. You tried to grow a plant in the summer without looking up how to grow it? I mean, I just, you know, I'm just winging it, man. I'm just fucking winging it. Early fall, mid-spring is when you want to grow cilantro. Or you could grow it in a shady spot. What about mint? Never, ever grow mint. If you grow mint, wherever you put it into the ground, you'll never be able to get rid of it. You'll never, ever be able to get rid of it. It's because mint is an herb, a plant, that grows using a type of root called a rhizome. And it basically... it's like a fucking tentacle underground and it's fucking your dirt. It'll fuck your dirt sideways and then it'll create new mint plants like a couple inches to the right or the left. Biologist Randy? Yeah, like it's just fucking crazy, dude. You're so smart. Thank you, Donchi, but I don't know if that's true about me. Clover, thank you very much for the raid. Thank you for stopping by. We are winding down our Zatsudan, but I think I can go for like another 10-15 minutes. Spinach kind of does that, but externally. Does it? I feel like spinach is pretty easy to get rid of. Brother, I'm the dumbest fucker in Northern Europe. It might be the CO2. It might be the CO2. That's why you got to grow that shit solo away from everything. If you do grow mint, I would grow it in a pot. I would grow it in a pot. Like, just don't put it directly into the ground or it'll never go away. Ever. You want to know an unkillable flower that's pretty? Tiger lilies. Huh. What's the... You know what? I'm going to look it up. What's the climate for tiger lilies? They are pretty. Climate. Cool to moderate climate. Party in US zones 3 to 9. Can I fucking complain about shit? Can I complain about shit? For those of you that are thinking of starting gardening, don't use the fucking USDA zone growing bullshit. You know? It's like, oh, I'm zone 9. I'm zone 10. Oh, I'm zone 4. That shit is not helpful for actually learning how to grow shit. It's not. Do you know what that shit is? Gooby gooby, hello, hello. There's only one thing that thing does. It tells you when your area in general stops snowing. That's the only thing that it does. The only thing that it does is it tells you when your area that you live in stops snowing. And that... It's kind of useful, but not really. It's kind of useful. Just a little bit. I don't know. Farmer subsidization bullshit. It's just like not that useful. It's not that useful. I'll give you like an example, right? If you use that method, there are areas in Texas that are identical, quote unquote, to like Canada. Isn't that like fucking absurd? If you use that like growing zone bullshit, because if you go onto like any type of seed gardening website, they'll be like, oh, this plant is for zone 7, right? But there are areas of like Texas that are in the exact same zone type as Canada. So it's like, you can't fucking use that to know where or when, like what plant you should, you know? It's like borderline useless information. It doesn't, you can't use that. You're gonna be fucking, I think for me personally, it's fucked me over the first 2 years that I garden. It's like fucking, it's not a useful way to like figure out what I should be planting. I've currently got sage, pumpkins, sweet pea, broad beans in my nursery. Okay, okay. Oh, it's going down. We're at 1800. Pumpkins, huh? What type of pumpkins are you rocking? I want a garden to plant stuff so bad I'm sick of apartment life. I highly recommend... What would I grow if... Are you in like a high-rise apartment and you don't have any access to regular sunlight? Don't ask people what kind of pumpkins they're rocking. I want to grow loofah sponge, but I feel like you need so much space for it. Space is a big issue. You can't just ask someone about what type of pumpkins they're growing. No, just first floor, direct sunlight in the morning only. Ah. It would be really, really expensive to set up, and you would have nothing to show for it for the first 2 years. But you could probably grow wasabi, Gale. Wasabi should be grown more or less completely in the shade. And it requires like running water, so you would need to set up a weird hydroponic setup, but you could probably grow wasabi. Seriously, potatoes grow so well in a bucket, perfect for apartment life? Yes, I would say potatoes you do need like 8 to 10 hours of sunlight though. How do I grow a fat, sexy orc? Well, you need the spores, you know, in a nice, moist area. Also, a gaming computer. And plenty of dojins. You want to top dress with dojins every 3 to 4 weeks. And then you'll have a big, fat orc. Seeds in my area have been so cheap recently. I don't don't know that I have like cheap seeds. I just buy them. I buy them from the websites, right? How do I grow one giant watermelon-sized bean? I wish I knew. In my apartment, I've grown a lot of different herbs to great effect. I think the herbs are your greatest return on money and how easy they are to grow. What would I recommend? Zucchini is easy to grow and tons of good fruit. I actually don't recommend tomatoes. I find tomatoes to be like pretty fickle. But I just like them so much, you know? I need to grow a big titty god, mommy. Even cherry tomatoes? Yeah, I would say that cherry tomatoes are the easiest to grow. Tomatoes are really expensive. I think where I live, they're pretty cheap. I've had good luck with tomatoes in the past, but I haven't done any gardening in like 15 years. The problem with tomatoes, I feel like, is what are my main issues with tomatoes? They definitely completely change when they start fruiting. And I've typically like fucked myself multiple times that way. Like the amount of water and fertilizer that they need and what type of fertilizer they need when they start fruiting completely changes. It's like a different fucking plant. So I've had issue with like overwatering. I've had issues with underwatering. I've had issues with blossom end rot because it doesn't have enough fucking calcium or iron or some shit. It's like, fuck, man. I just want to fucking grow a tomato. I hate tomatoes, but my brother eats a lot of them, so I cook with them a lot. I've always liked tomatoes, but Jimmy fucking hates tomatoes. He's like a grown-ass man with a child, and he still can't eat tomatoes. And he's never been able to explain why he hates the tomato. Really? I thought tomatoes were a good way to start, even as someone who never grew a thing before and has successfully grown one. For me, the most idiot-proof thing to grow is probably zucchini is good. I find cucumbers to be pretty easy as well because they're too wet. Does he also hate tomato sauce even on a pizza? No, he'll eat any type of tomato sauce. He likes ketchup. He just can't eat a raw tomato. Zucchinis are yuck city? What? They're so good. What stuff have you grown before? Cucumbers, kabocha, zucchini. I've grown tomatoes successfully. I just find tomatoes to be my most fickle plant. Tends to be pretty fickle. I've grown corn. I have blueberries. My blueberry plants are doing okay. I think I planted them in an area with like too much sunlight. I want to do lettuce, eggplant, and broccoli. I think lettuce... What are my issues with lettuce? Lettuce is definitely, it requires a shit ton of timing. Lettuce and broccoli require really, it's very punishing if you time them incorrectly. Arugula is a superior leafy green, but the yield for arugula is low compared to most other greens, right? I personally have trouble with anything that bolts. Do you know what bolting is? Oh, tomatillos are good. Yeah. But I only use it for one thing. The problem with tomatillos is I only use it in one dish. And so like what do? Do I grow multiple tomatillo plants and like succession plant them? Or do I like what do I do? Like I don't know what to do. They don't really keep very well. Yeah, salsa verde. Yeah, man. Tomatillos are really good. But like, it's difficult because I think tomatillos are determinate, so they tend to fruit all at once and then they fuck off and die. And it's just too many tomatillos. I don't know what to do with them. Grimmy, mostly I'm talking about, I mean, Crazy Cat. I'm talking about heat. I have real issues. Randon, did you watch Casper's anniversary stream? I did not. I missed it. Because I don't know if he's back or not. I was under the impression that he was on a break, which well deserved. I didn't I missed it because I didn't know he's back. Is he? He's a fake fan. You know, this is what it is. Did he announce it? Yeah, like after 4 days he started streaming again. Oh my god. Okay. Let me, I'm getting distracted. I need to get back to it. Bolting is when a plant that doesn't produce fruit and all right. So you have two types of vegetables that don't produce fruit the way that you know it, right? I'm too dumb. Like my brain is fucking flatlining. I'm derailed. I am thoroughly derailed. My brain fucking blue screen. Hold on, let me restart. What the fuck am I trying to say? Okay, you're growing vegetables in your garden, and you have two types that typically don't produce fruit. You have the root plant, right? You have root plants, and then you have plants where you eat the greens, right? So you have like a carrot or like an onion, that's a root, and then you have the type of plant where you eat the leaves, which is like a kale. You got your iceberg lettuce, your cabbage, your brassicas. So for those two types where you don't eat the fruit of the plant, you eat the leaves or the root, the number one enemy to that type of plant is bolting. And bolting is when the plant starts to flower and is trying to create seeds, right? And I have typically been absolutely shit at controlling bolting because I live in an area where like the temperature can get really, really hot really quickly. And unless you're on top of that shit, like within like a 48-hour period, you could walk outside and it's like, oh, it's bolted. All of my shit is completely useless and I have to fucking... Well, this plant gives me 0 yield because it bolted and I wasn't paying attention. And then you have to fucking tear that shit out. Because it's not that like all of the leaves or the roots die. It actually tastes like shit. Did you guys know this? If you have like a romaine lettuce and then it bolts and you try to eat the leaves, it tastes really bad. It tastes like shit. It tastes really bad. You can't just tank it and it's like, oh well, I guess I'll just eat the romaine that bolted. It tastes like shit. It tastes really bad. It's bitter. It tastes kind of like dirty. I don't know. Like it's like dry. I don't know. Like there's no crunch. It's not sweet. It's like bad. So that's my issue with these types of plants that bolt. So I guess in that respect, tomatoes are not the hardest thing that I've grown. The trick to that is you kind of have to know the weather of where you're living. And you have to know when it crosses that like 80 to 90 degree barrier. Is it still nutritious though? The nutrition is probably like less. Because it's putting all of its like energy into the flowers and the seeds. So it's probably also less nutritious. You know? and it tastes really bad. So if you want to grow lettuces, I think that the key spinach is to know where you're living very, very well, and to keep, and it's a problem because I pretty much start gardening in like March, April, May is when I'm doing most of my planting. And if you really, really want good lettuce, you should be planting that shit in like fucking February, maybe even January if it's a warm year. But then you get like the freak days in January where it's like 80 degrees. It's like, oh, it's bolting. Ah, fuck, it's bolting. Shit. You get 2 to 3 days, you get 48 hours of 80-degree weather, and then your fucking, all of your shit will bolt. And you've just wasted, you know, 2 months, 60 days. Whatever, wake me up when you can grow a fat man with strong arms, like Rusty. How would you know if it's a warm year in January? There's like literally no way. It's pretty crazy. Florida is similar, but colder in comparison to the islands. Yeah. It requires a lot of finagling to grow anything that bolts. Cilantro, parsley, they tend to bolt. That's a good one too. Like, think about everything that you like about cilantro. If you're not like the soap tasting type, all of that flavor disappears when you let your cilantro bolt. Your cilantro bolts and then it just tastes like fucking grass clippings. Awesome. Yay. Look up if it's an El Nino year and go from there. Cilantro, chicken, taco, nachos are the fucking bomb. It does sound pretty good. Hawks is soaped. It's tragic. Better grass clippings than soap. I did used to eat grass when I played Little League. Brandon is starting to get loopy. I started this stream loopy. And now it's 1,798 CO2. So it's slowly going down. It's slowly going down. It's good context that we know what grass taste you have. I think clover is the most delicious grass. Bermuda grass, way too fiber. There's just way too much fiber in Bermuda grass. But clover, fucking chef's kiss. So good. I guess I live in peak bolting weather. Yeah, like the problem with like growing anything that bolts is that it requires you to be on top of shit. Basically, you need to be gardening every day. Like every day you go out and check your plants. If you don't do that, if you're the type of gardener that checks every 3, 4, 5 days, which is me, that's what I am, I'm just gonna get fucked by bolting. And there's nothing more heartbreaking than like a broccoli. The worst is broccoli. I don't think I've ever successfully grown broccoli before. I grow it and then I see a head forming, right? A crown of broccoli, and it's like, yes, this is the year that I get the broccoli. And then it bolts, and then if you've ever seen broccoli plant that's bolting, it makes me want to fucking Sons of Anarchy myself. Because you're eating the flower buds of the broccoli plant, and then the broccoli, you know, florets, they like open up, and then like it starts growing like tentacles like out the top of it, and it's like, oh man, I want to fucking Sons of Anarchy myself. Well, time to fucking tear the plant out. It's like space in your garden that you could have used for so many different things, which Sons of Anarchy did. The one where you fly into a truck and just get turned into hamburger meat. No, I can't check like 1 or 2 times a week. Indigenous perennial plants for the win, so I can continue being lazy. Yeah, like anything like that, you just have to check every day. Every day you go out and you check. And then that would prevent the bolting issue. Because I don't think it could bolt within 24. I think it needs to be 48 hours. And you'll see it. Then you could eat it and it's still delicious. You have like a 24-hour window to continue eating it. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. I'm going to eat and then I'm going to garden. I need to mulch. I need to go buy straw and mulch the ground. That's what I'm gonna do. That's a yawn? No, that's me mouth breathing while I'm trying to figure out like what I wanted to do today. What am I doing tomorrow? Takedown? Teardown? We're doing teardown. Jork off? It's not jorking season. It's not jorking season because we're too busy. Winter is the season for jorking. I have too much shit that I need to do, which prevents me from, you know, jorking it. Is literally jorking season? Are you... Donch, are you telling me that fucking... Are you fucking telling me that the middle of spring is your jorking season? This is the busiest fucking time of year, man. Stop jorking and start fucking grinding, my guy. Jorking is for the winter when you can't go out and there's nothing for you to do. All year long? You're just built different, man. I'm unemployed. Plants jork it in the spring? It's true. It's true. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and eat and do some mulching today. Hanging out, I appreciate it. Is there... Hold on a second. Is there anyone that I can raid? There's like nobody streaming today. That's fine. We'll just end it today. Raid Bad Ben? No. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later, okay? Bye.